Another story that, again, is really only being platformed by perceived conservative outlets, which should be a mainstream conversation. So a popular spa, the Olympus Spa in Washington State, is being forced, and this is only women are allowed here, and it's like you can go in there and be nude. And that's kind of why. It's like the spa is like, this is a women's only spa. And so you go in with the expectation that, hey, I can go in and I can, feel free to be in this spa area and not have my clothes on, and there's not going to be any dudes there, right? They have said and maintained that the women only rule is essential for the safety, legal protection, and well-being of our customers. The headline, women only spa forced to allow trans customers with penises, even though everyone is naked. So there was this transgender woman who there's no evidence had ever even patronized this spa. And so it leaves me to believe that they're just like, I want to try to test the rules and like ruin things for this spa. So this, and I'll show you, for you, those of you watching on the live stream, a picture of this transgender woman who ends up complaining that they can't be in the spa because the spa only allowed transgender women who'd undergone the surgeries, like to, rid themselves of their biological male parts. So the activist is Haven Wilvich, who had filed a complaint. There ended up being a discrimination ruling in Haven's favor. The spa took that to the judge, who was pictured there, a Seattle District Court Judge Barbara Jacobs Rothstein, who upheld the ruling, the discrimination ruling against this spa in favor of Haven Wilvich. And now, what is the spa supposed to do? I got a lot of emails from people about this story over the weekend, and one of them was from a guy who said that he bought or was going to buy his wife a gift card to that spa. And now he's like, I don't think I want my wife to go, but kind of feels bad because he's like, it's not the business's fault, but I don't know that I want my wife in an environment where I'm not sure who's going to be in there with her. Because Nicole and I were talking about this worst case scenario for someone to take advantage of this, right? If the spa can't do anything to stop, a transgender individual or someone who says they identify as a woman from using their spa by a ruling from a federal judge, what's to stop some perv from walking in there and being like, I identify as a woman? They can't. How would they be able to stop that person without running afoul of the court ruling? And so, yeah, I don't blame this undivided listener who's like, I don't think I want my wife to go there anymore. And I feel so bad for the owners of this spa who are like, what do I do? And by the way, this, one of the reasons I mentioned that this Haven Wilvich, there's no evidence that they've ever gone to the spa, because when you go to these types of spas, you're signing in and you show an ID typically, the ones that I've been to. So after this activist got the ruling in their favor, they posted, I did it. The main naked lady spa in the area, I got to change their policies and allow all self-identified women access regardless of surgery and genitals. So to me, that sounds like this person's just going around trying to force businesses to accept everyone regardless of the circumstances. They also bragged, by the way, this is crazy. Quote, I'm more woman than any TERF, and TERF stands for Trans Exclusionary Radical Feminists. So it's basically women who are sick of being like cast aside because of transgender women. I'm more woman than any TERF will ever be because I'm an intentional woman, whereas they are only incidental. So I'm only an incidental woman because I just happen to be born a woman. So that makes you, who identifies as a woman by choice, more of a woman than I'll ever be. That's insane. It's just crazy to me. So I don't know. And we talk so much about free market, and we're going to have a conversation about, letting the free market deal with things when it comes to the culture wars. But in this case, this spa isn't really at the, they don't really have the luxury of the free market, because you could have people who say, I don't agree with this and I'm going to support this spa. But like the guy who emailed me, he's like, I want to support the spa, but supporting the spa means sending my wife into a nude area with God knows who is there. So man, this is, again, and it's crazy. Come on. It's crazy. And again, maybe you have a special area for transgender women. And some people would say, well, then you're just othering them even further. But because they would feel inconvenienced, if you let them in, a bunch of other people might feel uncomfortable or inconvenienced. So who do you prioritize in that situation? I'm not saying there's easy answers to this, but forcing a Korean traditional spa to change this rule, which they say is important for the safety of their customers, and to change it in a way that might put them out of business. That's not right. That's not sensical. So anyway, again, it goes back to we have to mainstream these conversations so we can put them out in the open, in the light of day. So it's not just conservative outlets who are having these conversations and these debates. Let's have all the reasonable people have these conversations and figure out a path forward, a way forward, because this ain't it. Putting biological men in a cell with a woman, that ain't it. We have to be able to have legitimate light of day conversations in order to figure out how do we move forward from here.